latest updates, subscribe to News 9.
Hello and welcome to News 9 Digital. I'm Ashish Parekh. And the topic that I'll be talking about today is how 1,000 words could possibly breach your privacy. Over the years, since the advent of AI, virtual assistants have become very common. But reports of snooping and private conversations recorded by these devices and subsequently being heard by a stranger have kept most people away from these devices. Now, a team of experts from Germany has compiled a list of 1,000 words that activate virtual assistants without even the user intending. So what exactly is the issue? While the erroneous activation can be attributed to the device being calibrated to be sensitive so that it can be easily activated by users without them having to awkwardly repeat the phrase again and again, the real problem begins when the device's local speech analyzing software kicks in. What it actually does is that it detects that the activation was not intended and it sends forward data to the server, that is the cloud server. So what is the problem in this? This is supposed to be a good thing, right? Well, while such detection and data helps make the system more accurate, what it also does is that it records several seconds of audio that is sent to the cloud servers for further analysis. Now this audio, this 15-20 seconds that are recorded, could actually be any private conversation that can be heard by a stranger as part of the analysis, and that could mean that in case you're talking something personal, you're discussing something very important, your financial details or anything as such, it will be recorded and it will be sent to a server wherein it will be heard by someone else. Well, the team actually compiled a few alternative phrases that could go ahead and activate these virtual assistants without really intending them to. For example, in Siri, the activation phrase is supposed to be "Hey Siri." But then if you say "Hey Jerry," "A City," these also activated the device, the virtual assistant, during the entire research or the entire process that the researchers were carrying out. Also, they found that Alexa, whose activation phrase is "Alexa," was also activated when words like "election," "a letter," "unacceptable," "tobacco" were being said. Now this might work in your device or not. In some devices it might actually activate, in some devices it might not actually activate. But then the researchers found that these words could potentially activate, and they've made a list of 1,000 words that could in fact activate your virtual assistants. Speaking about Google Assistant, for example, you have to say "OK Google" to activate your Google Assistant. But also researchers found that "OK Cool," "OK Who is Reading," "OK Siri," such terms also went ahead and activated the Google Assistant which was there in the device. Also, Cortana is activated by saying "Hey Cortana," but in fact it was activated when someone said "Montana." So these are all phrases that actually activate your virtual assistants without you intending it, and there could be several more, but these are some of the few that the researchers found out. But how did they find out these phrases? How did they come up with this? How did they carry out this entire research, if I can call that? Well, they left each of these virtual assistants alone in a room with a television that played dozens of hours of episodes of Game of Thrones, Modern Family, House of Cards with English, German and Chinese audio tracks for each one of them. When these were being played, an LED light display on each of these virtual assistants turned on, which meant that they were active, and the team cross-referenced the entire dialogue which was being spoken, and they observed that a particular dialogue, when repeated, was actually going ahead and activating the virtual assistants. And this meant that that particular word, that particular phrase could go ahead and activate the virtual assistants, and they made an entire list of 1,000 words and phrases that could produce inadvertent activations. But then what is the problem in this? Well, the problem is that when you are speaking out these phrases without your intention, your device gets activated, your virtual assistant gets activated, and then 15 to 20 seconds, like I said, a few seconds of audio is captured, and this is sent to server, this is sent to a particular place wherein someone else can listen to this in order to make the software better. So what does Apple have to say? Well, Apple says that to protect user privacy, what they do is that they send the data through Siri in a given random identifier code that ensures that the data can't be traced back to the specific Apple ID or phone number. This means that from your device, if an audio goes to a server, if some random person listens to your audio, he will never know which device it came in from, and that would mean that your data, your identity, your privacy is protected. But at the end of the day, someone still is listening to your audio, and that itself is scary to imagine. Right now we have with us ethical hacker Febin, who will be talking to us and explaining to us about how exactly this entire scenario works and whether this entire thing can be misused by hackers. On one hand, you won't have any sort of an information as to which device it came in from, who's the person who's recording that audio, but also at the same time, the other aspect is that someone can misuse it. So how possible is this entire scenario?
Well, if Google Now or Siri or even Alexa for that matter is not just recording the conversation which is intended or directed to it, but also personal conversations and even storing that, right? It's a really bad sign, and we have already seen the replications of that in Cambridge Analytica, where personal information was used for mass persuasion and affect how people voted. So their recordings were not used, but personal data was used. So recordings is much more, will have much more details, and the consequences can be much more worse than what happened with Cambridge Analytica. If hackers get hands on the data, then it can be used for even blackmailing purposes.
Now the other question that arises, Febin, is that on one hand, developers need all of these data, all of this information to in fact go ahead, carry out an analysis and make sure that the AI is better so that there are better devices in the future. But at the same time, the question of privacy also comes into picture. So how can a developer manage the situation better?
They can process things locally, but there are challenges there. The phone should be able to handle that much level of processing, right? So the phone can process it locally and only send relevant information to the cloud or for further processing. Say for example, if I am sending an instruction to change the lights of the room, right, then it can find out if that information is directed to them, right, only then send that, right? And if it is again getting more information, or if you want to make the system better, do it in the local system itself and not send that to anything outside the user's phone, right? So process it locally is one way of doing it. The second way of doing it is that if you want to do analysis, do it in an algorithmic way where it is not stored, right? The raw conversation is after analyzing it is destroyed.
So there you had ethical hacker Febin explaining how this entire process works. While on one hand, the erroneous activation is a problem that needs to be addressed, on the other hand, the fact that it also breaches your privacy is something that the developers and the companies need to look at, because privacy is something that everyone is focusing on right now and has led to the downfall of the best of softwares and applications. Also, 1,000 words have been recognized, have been catalogued, but there could be more and more words which could actually activate your device without you even knowing, and then it could be recording all of your private conversations. A scary prospect indeed. So what do you guys think? How can developers go ahead and improve the software while also making sure that privacy is maintained and user safety is something that is kept at the forefront? Make sure you leave behind your comment in the comment section below, and also do not forget to like, share and subscribe to News9. Thanks for watching.